Okay, my fellow developers, right? And I dey super excited about what we want to do today. So what we go dey do today go dey super amazing because this class na a sort of like a master class with Clerk, right? And we wan see how to implement social authentication using Clerk, right? And this class promise today awesome. So we go see how we fit do private routing and how we fit do some amazing stuff with Clerk, right? So before I start, make sure say my Clerk dey open. So I'll go to my dashboard, right? And once e open up, we go start proper. Now, a lot of videos dey online, right, where you fit use learn Clerk, but wetin I wan teach us today na say how we fit do private routing with Clerk, how we fit sign in with Clerk, right, do create an account. Then most importantly, how we go use sync am with our database. For me, I go dey use MongoDB, but you can use any one of your choice, right? Whether you want to use Postgres, MySQL, all of them will still follow the same structure, right? And one cool thing we go do again now to come get the user ID, right? That because that one dey very important. In fact, make I no make too much noise, make I show now wetin we wan do. So the very first thing we go like to do, right, now to just start from scratch. So as the alt, make we start, right? So inside this my root folder, I go wan create .env dot local, right? So na my db string now I wan do here, so I go just say db string, right? Make that one dey equals to I say MongoDB, right? So 127.0.0.1, right? 27017. Then make I call Clerk DB, right? So now I think I won't call this, right? And I think for now this is the important thing, right? But just so that everything go do well, so make I just say I say app URL. So make that one be localhost 3000, right? So that be our app URL, right? Now the reason why they put this now in case we deploy them, right? We go use another. We can easily change them as put an environment variable, right, for our host provider. Okay, so now we don't do this. The next thing we'll go do now, right? Now for me to create my just column utils as I always do. So inside there we'll create our db config. So I already install Mongoose, right? Because now Mongoose now go use a connect with our MongoDB. So I will say export const db config, that go dey equals to async. Then here we will do our try catch block, and the quick thing I go like do now to just say should in case it's error, right, make it shows that error, then I'll wait connect. Now this connect supposed to dey come from Mongoose, right? So make I dey sure say Mongoose don install, so we don already get Mongoose, right? But for some reason this guy need to read Mongoose, right? So we just manually import am. So make I say connect from Mongoose, right? So inside there I will say process.env dot db string, of course, make I put them as string, right? So you will get that. Now if this guy connects, right, then make it just tell us console log db connected. As usual I go like call some emoji, so make I just put these two. So whenever my database connects, na how I wan see be this. So to make am connect, I'll come this my layout, and I will come here, just make here async call. Then inside there, before the return, I'll wait, call my db config. So I need to import them, right? And so make it they imported from, so you don't they imported. I will save this. Now I dey like clear make we just leave them, right? So that we go to see all these logs then. So once it connects, we will see db connected. So now it's what we need to do for here, right? Okay, so the next thing I say, make we define our model. So quickly I will just do this. Then inside my model, make sure say dey inside the model. So inside the model, I go say user model.ts, right? So I will say interface I user. So make I just take name. So when a user dey created from Clerk, we want make it enter our database. So now it will dey try prepare here. So make I take avatar, as well as make I just do Clerk ID. I no know that I go need am sha, but make I just pass am. Then another thing I go want na say post, right? So this user fit make post. So this post go be object of array. So now it's all we need to do be this. Then the next one I go do now to say interface I user, make I user data. So make I extend from this I user. Then make sure say I pass in documents, because MongoDB must add other things, right? So make sure say this thing they prepared for that. So I fit just pick this thing as this IntelliSense show me, but make I remove these ones then. So inside here now, I must make sure say my schema don dey passed. Okay, so now I don't get this, the next I say that this thing makes sense. So kind of makes sense, but all these plenty require we pass here. Make I remove them, right? He may, okay, so rather than ma remove this, then remove this, so make this simple as this. Okay, makes sense. And I'll prefer Pascal naming convention or camel naming convention. So I will say time stamps. So make them true. So once I do that, the next thing I go come here come do now to say user model go dey equals to models, right, dot users, or model. So I go pass I user data. So inside here we'll say users, comma user schema. Okay, so this red barrel they show because we never import them. So make we import them. So save this. Yeah, now it's what we need to do for here be this. So this one, right, makes sense like this. So make I just copy this, then come here now, do for the post model.ts, paste this guy. So we'll change certain things here. We'll start with the I user. Okay, so this one will be I post, right? So this user schema will change down to post schema. And for inside there, I would like to pass I post data. Okay. So this schema, I need to remove and types I would like to put. No need to carry too many things put here. Okay, not bad. So for here, instead of name, we'll change am to title. Instead of email, make I change am to content. Instead of avatar, make I change am to post image, right? So Clerk ID no go dey for here, so I go remove this one, and this unique for content I go remove am sef. Now this one go be user, so may I change here to be user, and user go be objects. User no go be array. So user, remove here, remove here. So here go be post, and so here go be post. So I no even export this side, so I need to go do am for the user. So we'll say export default post model, save that. So for this side sef we'll come do am, so I go say export default user model, so save that. So once this thing save, right, we don't finish the model. So now we go build our API. So inside there, I'll create a folder called API. So inside that API, I will create route.txt. So make we first of all get all the user. Anyway, we'll just go straight. We'll just get all the user. So export const get, right? So async, and so we'll call our try and catch block again. Okay, so come on. Okay, so so since the catch no one work, right? So inside here we go pass error. Then while here I go say return next response .json. So make I say message go be error from get, and you will get status of 44, and make we say the data go be the error. So we need to know that error, right? So I just copy here, paste them here, but from here we'll say success from get. So this one will be users, then one here will be 200. So the first thing we need to do now to make sure say we call our database. So make sure say our database on the imported. Then I go say const users go dey equals to await user model. Make sure say we import that user model dot find. So once we save this, that is it. So I will just quickly duplicate here, then make here post. If we make there post, and so post go take quest, and that one go dey come from our next request. Good. Now we'll take the objects, right? So we get name, we get email, we get avatar, and we get the clerk ID, right? So that one go dey from our quest.json, right? That's it. As easy as that, right? So what I will quickly do now to just copy all of these. So this side here will be create, then I will paste this here. So once I paste, that should be fine. So we'll say success from post. Good. So we don't create this endpoint here, but we want the main trick or the main beauty of this stuff. Now say we don't sign in and go fit make post, right? So inside there, what I go do now to just make sure say I say user ID, right? So I go just copy here, come here, paste them here. So make we do some changes here. So this same thing what I get here, in fact before I do that, I might just go say params. So that one will be any. So my copy which we get here, paste them here. Good. So for here now, I feel as well read that user ID. We go there equals to params. Now once I don't get them, what I go do here and I say find by ID. Then inside there I go put that ID. Then we'll say dot populate. So make it populate the parts will be posts, right? So we save that. So this one go read. So make I do say post. Here go be post. So this one go read all posts, right, from this particular user, right? So we want be that. Now for this other side, we will use create post, right? Waiting we need here. So now title we need content, as well as we need post image. Makes sense. So I will remove here, save this. Now this one makes sense. Okay, since I put this post image, I just realized we're going to need Cloudinary. So make sure say Cloudinary they load, right? I'll make sure say Cloudinary they load. Sign in. So I know when we can't need that now, we can't the waste time with that, right? So I use this one to sign in. So immediately this thing load, I'll come back to run, right, to get my keys then. So this Clerk ID will go remove them here, save this. Okay, now we don't get all of this. Now we need a create for user, right? So we create them for post ID. So it makes sense, we need to import them. So my entire okay, since this guy they struggle to load, okay, so import. I will just then click here. Okay, so the first thing we'll need to do now to find whether this user they exist. So I will say user they equals to await user model dot find by ID, right? Then use that user ID. So if you can say now if user, so if this user there is existing should happen, else this other one will go be error. So I just copy here, paste here, remove here. So I go say error from, let's say, user ID. Then this whole thing, if everything they work fine, we go paste them here. So remember saying that the post now we actually want here, so I change it to post. So now this now we want to make it day created. Okay, yeah, so once this thing done they created, we need to push this thing, enter this post, right? If it they created, we need to push and enter this particular user. So I just realized I never deconstruct, so I will say const user ID they equals to params. Makes sense. So now what I go do here now, very simple. So I go say user dot post dot push. I want push the types, so make sure say types done they installed. Okay, so we'll make sure say types, import types, so dot object ID. So maybe I could just say new, right? Then it will be post dot underscore id. Okay, good. Then user dot save. So once we do this, it will automatically add this post will go create inside the user's post. So if you'd remember, inside our model we get something called post, right? So now here we push any post we will create, enter. Makes sense? So now we don't quickly do this. I think we are done. So I say error from post, right? So I think we are done. So the next thing we need to do now to just test this whole thing, right? So we go use postman test. So make I just remove things we did here before, right? And clear here up. Okay, so make we start now. So I go say localhost. So localhost. If I hit this localhost first, right, we're not going to see anything. Why? Because we never create any user. So this one at the endpoint to create user. If they compile, the moment it compile finish, it shows. Makes sense, right? We'll not get any user. So make we create a user. So I will just come here, just do a test thing. Make sure say this thing in JSON, right? So we get name. So the name I just say Peter, email, avatar, and maybe the clerk ID. So I remove this. So this one will be clerk ID. This one will be avatar. Then why this one will be email. So for email, I just go at test.com. This one will be avatar, right? Then I just say this one will be ID, right? So make sure say this thing in post. So if you do of inside post, we hit here. So once we hit and we say it don't create and we get this, right? So I go just quickly duplicate this. If I duplicate this, so it's I want to now to say slash, remember ID, right? So if I come here, copy this ID, come here, pass the ID, then come here. So this one now will be title, this one will be content, then why this one will be post image. So so make I just change it to post content. This one will be post title. We don't need this ID, right? So I'm going to be post image. Okay, so if we hit here now, they compile, and once it compile, it go create, suppose create, right? So once it's done compiling, you go create. Okay, good, right? You don't create. So now if I come to like get, right, to view them, right, I go see say I dey see this 4. So make we track wetin be the problem. So oops, okay, no be here, right? So now here now the crash. So most see so we'll get this param. So find by ID, right? And the partner post, right? So if I do this, okay, so with the system our post, right? So issue the ESC, it creates another one, so that's a problem. Look, we see. Okay, so I see this issue, how this guy used the created, right? So make I create another user so that we track how that thing use happen. So make I say this one 2. So hit here, then come to get hit here. Okay, so this one now we just create. Yeah, so this one now we just create. So now come back here, hit here. So I see this error, right? So what I go do now to say, okay, make my pass any here, then make I do dot message so that we will read out within the message be. So if I hit that, I might push this thing more, get more space to work with. So schema hasn't been registered. Whoops. Okay, so make we check. Okay, so this one are for post. My just copy here. And oh, my bad. Right. Okay, so save that. And it makes sense when you do something like this. So first of all, terminate, then run back, right? So once you run, then we'll go start this thing back. So anytime you do copy paste, always make sure say you investigate where you look and well, so that if you avoid error, see small error will just get. And good thing say we even test before we just move on, right? Because we could have just move on, right? But it's very important that you test your endpoint to make sure say you get the desired results. Okay, good. So this guy now they compile. So why don't they compile? Make I, so it will send a request. So make I prepare my Cloudinary environment. So I come here. So I will say Cloudinary.ts, right? So copy this here, paste to get the approval. So here I'll go copy this, come down, copy this, come up, then I will say export default Cloudinary. Okay. So I still need this key here. So make I come back here, copy the key, then make sure say I paste them here. Okay, so makes sense. So everything here is supposed to be okay. Good, done the okay. So save that. Then I know say I don't throw it this Cloudinary file. Later we'll go use them where. Okay. So make we see. Wow, this guy still compile. Amazing. Okay. Yeah. So since this one don't work, as in we don't track the error, hopefully everything will be okay, right? So in less than 30 minutes we don't create our API. So now time for us to work on the client side, right? More or less like the pathway client could view. So what I go quickly do right now to come here, so I go just do something like this and say screens, right? So inside this screen, I will create, make I say main screen or home rather. So I'm gonna say home screen. Inside this home screen, I will create so page.tsx. So RASCE. Okay, so Yes, so now we can view now, right? So yeah, we can view. So I make a post to this and then we view them, right? So I come here, click this, you make the post, then make we view them. So if I hit here, yeah, with a view, makes sense. So another endpoint, so I quickly go want us to create now route for us to view all posts, right? It makes sense we create that. So we will do them now, but before then, make I just do view all, something like that, right? No, view all personal posts. So save that. So I will just copy this. So inside here again, inside this our screen, I'll create another and we go be like create. So paste, and so here go be create personal post. So something like that, right? So this one go the handle post to create post, why this one go the handle to view your personal post. Then why here I go just do RFCE. So this one now go the, in fact this one here go the view, this one here go the view all the posts, right? All the posts where they all create. Now it's in here go the view. So for here I will just say view all posts. So makes sense. Now switch to this, see this thing don't make sense, right? So we'll come to our CSS, then remove everything way there. Good. Okay, now we don't do this. The next thing we'll go quickly want to now make I create that this thing before I forget. So make I come here, do post. So inside this post I will create, in fact make I just copy this, delete, then inside there I will just paste. So for here now only one route we need, which is the get route. So I will remove it will get here. Then rather than we calling this post here, so make I just, this one will be post, right? So now the post route now won't read from here. So I need to import them. I need to make sure say they imported. This is why these guys they show me red. So I just remove this, then come here, import them in, right? So save that. So this one now go read all the posts, whether now you post them or no be you post them, right? You go read all the posts. So now it's we want with these endpoints, right? Okay, now we don't get all this, right? The next thing we'll need to do is to start to work on our front end. Makes sense? So that we'll call implement Clerk in, right? So I will just close everything. So this one, remember saying here, but before we start anything here, make I come here, just do components. So inside this component I want to create the header component. So I will say .ts, right? Sorry, FCE. So it's out here. TXX. Okay, so they take time. Control-C, come here, Control-V. So make we quickly style this guy, right? So I will just say class name flex full. So make I give height of maybe 60 px. Yes. What else again? So make we give bottom, right? Borderline bottom. Okay, so I will say ITC, and JUC. Okay, not bad. So for year, so class name, we go do the height to be full, but we want the width to be like maybe 90%, right? So I will say JUB, then ITC. Okay, makes sense like that, right? So inside there, we'll just pass in two files. So one go hold logo. So make I just do a p tag and do logo, right? Then while the other one, I'll just give them a div and just put button inside here. So remember I say this thing will contain some stuff, right? So make I come here, say nav path. So nav path will be equals to an array. So make I say id 1, name, I say home, then URL, I just give them a /, then duplicate this guy. So we'll get 2. So this one will be like personal, and inside there I think I name home. Then why this one will be create, then inside there column create. Of course this one will be 3. Okay, so save that, so that inside here I fit call a div, then do my nav path dot map, and okay, so I say nav, so link tag. So this link tag will come from next nav, right? Next link, right? So I want to make sure say they imported, then I will say nav dot name. So this guy if he started a shout for me, right? And I need like me in the shout for me. So I must make sure say I pass in so rather if you just say nav.url. Okay, so give them a key so that it no go shout for me. So that will be nav.id. Okay, so once I save this, I should start saying something, but before then I go need to come to my layout here. So inside this layout, I just comot this one, then call header. Remember I say this header go dey come from so this guy supposed to be header component, right? Not page. So I go say header, save this, then come here to import this header. Okay, good. Then now paste these children. So upon doing that, right, I'm supposed to see them here once it compile finish, but make I come here, just put a div here, so that I go do class name here. So here I want to do M4 P4, then I do border, then call rounded MD. So if I save that, I won't see line drawn here, so it will make sense, right? So something like this. So more go style this thing properly. So back to the header. So we get this one and we get here. So this I must make sure say it be flex. So now I think we'll push this button come here. Good. So these guys have, I must make sure say them be flex and be this side here. So class name flex ITC, and make I give them a gap of maybe 10. right? So and be this gap here. So now this each individual content, right? So we style them. So individual content, right? So I go do p py, make py be 2, px, make px be like 4, right? Then make I give a border, then do rounded, maybe md, then I'll say over, make the bgb blue 9, 10, and let the text be white, but this thing will be on over. Okay, so I need to call transition. So transition all, then duration. So duration 300. So if I say this thing, then they touch. So inside here I feel call class name, or just to avoid too many distance, so I might just do mx to be like 2, right? Yeah, so not bad. Then the text make it be like 12px. Then I think I would like make an upper, then make I say the font, make the font be semi bold. If I save that, it be better, right? Good. So if I click here, it will take me to create. Yes, so it take me to create. If I click here, take me to personal, right, which is home, right? If I click here, good. If I click here, good. Not bad. Okay, so now hold on, do this. The next thing we'll need now to implement clock in, right? So that if you sign up, right? Okay, good. So more use the next 10 minutes to implement Clerk, right? So if we come here, come to Clerk dashboard. So for a while now, I believe Clerk gets issued, so you can't just sign in. So if I do, okay, so make I just do Clerk, right? So once you open the stuff, so if I come to like, okay, make I hit clerk.com, right? So if I hit that, this thing will load forever and stop. So the best way you suppose just click on this sign up, right? So that it takes you to the dashboard, then you sign up, right? So their dashboard still they work fine, right? But their main, maybe the server where they put their home page, right, gets issue or something, and that server now hold their documentation and every other thing. So that one a big problem, but we will try find a way around them, right? So that we no get problem, we'll still do it so wonder. So open, so we can know we no worry ourselves, right? Okay, so the next thing we'll go do now quickly, the next thing we'll go do now to start to implement them, right? So make us see whether this guy don't open. Okay, good. So the first thing first now to hit on this get started, right? But for me I don't already did started, right? But if we hit them, we'll just create a new project, right? So that project now we'll use work and do everything we want to now. So more patiently wait, make this thing open. But while we wait, we need to install Clerk, right? So to install I think it should be npx maybe hat Clerk / NextJS, right? So now I go back, right? So for some reason I don't know why this thing didn't agree open, but so make I just come to like, okay, my hits here. So it goes to my dashboard, right? So more create new projects. So inside this project, more column might say blog post, right? So that's like maybe the name. So at the moment we get Google Auth, right? But make we just implement GitHub, all right? And maybe more include username, right? So we hit on this. So if you did on the free account, now only 3 social hotline you feel used, and I feel that one they fair. Yeah, so this thing now we need to do, right? So make I come here. So I will say npm I that. So once that one they install mode it do other thing. So we need to collect this our variable keys them. So make I open the I, then copy this. Okay, done the install. So I'll go inside my env. So inside the env I will paste this. So I will just quickly copy this side here so that we'll fit define certain things. And the first could be Clerk sign in URL. So that one will be for us /sign in -sign in, right? So now it will go use here. So make I duplicate this and do sign up. Then I will remove that and say, so after indoor signing, right, where may it take me to? So after sign in and after sign up, so that the moment we sign up and we sign in, right, so we want them to take us to our /. So makes sense like that. This guy don't install finish, that's good. So if we come here, the next thing are for us to catch all routes, right? So I will just copy here, but remember say we will create a file called middleware.ts. So outside my file here, my root file, so I will do middleware.ts. So once I do that, I will paste this file here, save. That's good. Now the next thing I need to do now to use this Clerk provider, right? So I will come inside this my layout. So inside my layout, I will do Clerk provider. So make sure say you import them. Okay, I will wait for you. Well, if this guy they take too long, switching we want to, yes, so I will just copy this, come here, paste them. Then all these parts will no need, I will cut them, come out. In fact, well, then come to my header, copy this inside my header. So I will just paste this. Of course, now Clerk will no need here. Then see this side here, just copy this. Inside where we get button, this side will prepare button, just paste them and save. My dear developer, what you've just done is you've implemented Clerk inside your stuff, right? So our middleware no look like say Insiam. You know, look like saying see our middleware. So make I just copy this, come to here. So now our middleware, see I don't do mistake again. So save and well. So once we save that, make we load down. So you know see middleware, that's why this guy they crash, right? So now we say we don't do and put the middleware where everything's supposed to run. Fine. So for now I go off here, and maybe this page, right? So I fit still off them as well, right? Okay, good, right? Makes sense, right? So everything they compile, right? And we need to see the button yet, but the button will show now. So inside our header, this button now wants it. So wait till we try the instruction will try put in and say if we did logged out, if we're not a user, we don't have user credential, right, this button ain't go load. But if we did signed in, this button ain't go load. Yeah, maybe this button. This is I don't write anything, but this button show. Now if I click this, nothing really go happen. Why? So you try find, right, but I'm not sure saying go see anything, right? So not found. I see it is see. Why? Because whenever create the page we suppose render here, so we'll create the page we suppose render here. To create that page, what we need to do is very simple. We go come inside this our app, right, and I feel just create a file. Not say go enter 404, but no problem. So I feel just create a file, make I just do something like say auth, right? So inside this auth, we will create sign in slash, right, create 2 square brackets, then spread and do sign dash in, enter. So remember, still inside there still inside here, we'll now create a file called page.txs. Now all of these, right, inside the documentation it did there, but as the documentation they run, right, no green load, you can just use this to follow along, right? So this work here can be the perfect documentation for the work where you want to. So make I just do this. So I go say sign in. So inside there, class name, and I go say 1 2 3 4 5 6. So make I say flex JUC ITC, right, so that it stays center. Then flex call, and I say width to be full, h to be CAC 100 VH minus, I just say 70 PX. Okay, save that. So here now I would say class name my to be like maybe 5. So save that. Then inside there I will just call sign in. Now this sign in will come from Clerk, right? So okay, so make I just a little patient. Yes, so they come from Clerk, right? Save. Now I'll just do control. In fact, make I just copy this. So still inside there we go do for sign up. So sign dash up slash sign dash up, then close. So inside there paste this. So rather than sign in, this one will be up, and save this. So this one make I change it to be up. Yeah, I think I should just quickly do font to be semi bold, and make I say text to be like 12 px, then upper case. So make I just copy this, save, come here, save. So now if I hit here, we'll let am do its thing, compile, and we go see the magic wey go happen here without we doing anything, right? Form go dey created here, or a card, right? A card containing a form wey go allow us sign in. Makes sense? Okay, so we dey wait for the compilation to finish. So I hit on sign in, so we see sign in here, and we see this form. So if I click here to sign up, because at the moment we never sign up, right? Good. So still compiling. Once it's done compiling, you will create that sign up. So if I come back to this my dashboard, right, and I come to user, so if you see here at the moment we no get any user, right? That is good. If we come here, if I click here and I click here, so I dey sign in with Google, right? You see I no do anything, no, everything just dey done for me. Make acute sense, right? Okay, brilliant. So because we put username will be part of wetin we want, right? So make I just provide that name. So once I provide that name, we say once you do that, the route after sign up, make it be home page, so you don't carry us come here. So if I come here, you see everything makes sense, right? If you come here, I go see this. I mean, this is just super amazing, right? Make acute sense without me doing anything. This thing they provided for me. I like them. I like them. Yes, so the next thing we'll go do now are to create provided route, a private route, right? So that you know if you come here or come here, except you don't sign in. All right, so if you never sign in, you no get an account. Now only here you feed this thing. Makes sense like that, right? So make we do that now. So inside our middleware now we'll use do that, and I just simple line of code we go write. So make I go to the middleware will be here. So the first thing first now for me to import create route matcher. So inside this route matcher, I go say const is protected, right? That go dey equals to anything we want give am sha, const route is protected or is protected, any name we want give am. So this guy now go take in an array, right? So this array will contain all the strings where we want. So for example, I want the /home, right? So make I just do this so that and you know go accept any other route. The same thing what I do here, I go do am for created as well, for create, right? So save that, right? So once I save that, right, everything will be super good. Yes. Now the next thing we'll go quickly do again, I to just come implement the test here. So this guy here go take in majorly two arguments, right? One argument, which will be a callback. Now this callback will take auth as well as quest. This quest could be, I think, that, right? So now if you say if this is protected, if this is protected, right, then inside passing my quest, then wetin go happen, make this auth, right, dot protect, right? So wetin this thing go do now, it will protect this route, right? Now only signed in user and go fit am. So for now at the moment we fit enter these routes because we dey signed in, so we fit come these two routes. But if I click on logout, if I log out and I try now, I try to, so make I come home, right? So I know they signed in. So if I come here, I try to enter here, it will carry me come sign in. Why? Because I no get right to visit this endpoint, right? Makes sense like that. Makes sense like that. Okay, so now the next thing we will need to do. So I think in less than an hour we're able to implement this, right? Good. Makes sense. Makes sense. So wetin I go want more do now na say, even though we create a user, so if I refresh here, we create a user, dey exists now inside here. right? But if we come to our database and say I do, okay, so make I log out from this database, come to our database, right? I think I used, let me refresh this guy. So make I just see wetin we name our DB. So we name our Clerk, right? Clerk DB, maybe this. Now we get, if we come to our user, so this user let be the users where we use test that time, right? And this post, of course, I think we use test that time. So wetin I go do now say I go delete this, then come here, remove all these users here. So wetin we want now say, as user this sign up for Clerk, right? We want sync our database, right? So that we go get them here as well, right? When the user sign up with this Clerk, right, make he enter our database again. So to achieve that, we will use webhook, right? So webhook be like, in fact, webhook na event, no be like na event listener. So it listens to a trigger. Once that trigger is being hit upon, right, an action happens. And for us, the action we want make it happen now, say make it create user, yes, create user here, but at the same time create that user for our database, right? Make acute sense. And if you follow their documentation judiciously, they don't provide an easy way for us to do this. Again, if you come here, right, open their documentation, you will see a snippet of code, right? That same code now you go just copy, work with. But for some reason, their stuff need to work. I don't know why it need to open for a while. So, but what I don't do now, say I don't save this code inside my GitHub gist, right? So if I come to my GitHub, if you open, then I come to my gist. So I come to my gist. Now the code be this, right? So I don't save them here. So it's I go just do now to just copy the code, right? So make I just copy them. Then I go put them for where I need to put them, right? So now make I go inside so inside here, according to the rules in their documentation, right, I will create a file called webhook. Then inside, create another folder called Clerk, right? Now inside there, now I'll compose this route.ts. Then that code will I copy from here, I go paste them here. So even though I don't do some stuffs here before, right, I need to install this guy. So I go say npm I Swiss, right? So make we come here so that you can understand very well. Now the first thing what I need to do, because I won't add an endpoint, this particular endpoint so I just create now I won't add for here, so I'm going to listen to that trigger. So if I click here to add the endpoint, this guy require me to pass in my URL. Of course, I no go put in this my URL because at the moment we dey use localhost. So wetin I go want make we do, so wetin I go quickly do with that now, say wetin I go quickly do, I no fit use this my local host, right? So I go use ngrok, right? So ngrok go help me out with that. So if you get an account with ngrok, it go make sense, just create them, you know how. So it's a CLI2, right? So if you just copy them, then work with them. So at the moment I don't run ngrok here, then I don't run this my local host here. So it converts this my local host and it can't give me a URL, right? But this URL will only last as long as this server day on, so my system day on or something, right? But if you close, right, you go off. So what I go do now, say if I come here, hit here, so if I hit so you don't load up, and once e open, we go dey good to go. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, so this thing dey see wetin we dey work locally here, right? They duplicate am here. So this guy now, I go just copy that, come here, put am here. However, this thing wey dey here, when you deploy your site, you need to come change this guy to put the deployed URL here. But because we never deploy this thing, that's why they put am here. So now I go say API/webhook/clerk, right? So now the endpoint be that. Now this Swix now download that and now install, right? So now it's you need to install. Then which event I want listen to? I want listen to the user event, any of these events, whether they create account or they delete or update account. Now it's I want listen to. Then I go hit submit. Okay, makes sense like this. The next thing I need to do now, this secret key, I need to copy them, right? Then make I go my env. So inside my env here now, I will just duplicate this and I will say, make I remove this. Then I will just say Clerk web hook secret. Then I go remove this, paste them, right? Save them. So this now inside this stuff, right? So we get, make sure say you change this to be that your webhook, so that you go to see that your webhook. And the only way to need to do the next thing again, I forget, now to call in our MongoDB. So make I just remove this, right? Then make sure say I dey call the right one, right? So no matter if you name am anything, any name where you name am, just make sure say you import your database. So once you import your database down here, if you can start to the user. So wetin I go do first now, say because we need to test this guy, so make I just remove this, right? Remove this, and yeah, make I remove am, save this. So make we see whether we dey get this element first. So if I come here, right, we don't do everything. So make I enter okay, so everything seems good. Might just refresh here. Okay, so I did the webhook, allow the webhook to load. So once it load, I just want test, right? So I hit here. So inside there, enter testing. So which of the event I want test? Creating of user. So this is more or less like how the results would look like. So I go just click here. So once I click here, okay, so I dey see a trigger here. I dey see a trigger here, right? So compiling, we don't hit them, at least we dey see this trigger here, so they compile. So I want to say that I go get this information where dey here. Okay, more wait small. Okay, good. So we dey get those information, make acute sense, right? Good. So now wetin we go come do now, say of course I no need this stuff anymore, so I fit remove them. But then I'll come say created, it's your choice, you can name them anything. So created user now go dey equals to await user model dot create. then inside now I go pass user, we go be this user. So here now I go call clerk ID, because now wetin we use for our own stuff, we no use user ID, now it will use this, right? Clerk ID. So we use avatar, right? So we use email, name, na name we use, right? Everything seems okay here. Okay, so I fit uninstall this guy, and this created, make a pass on here. Okay, pass on here. Okay, so save this. Now everything they fine. So if I hit here now, this is my test. I dey expect them, right, to hit my database, right, and we'll suppose see this our test user, right, inside our database. So make I hit here again, more test them. So I hit here. Okay, so we dey see this webhook they hit upon. Okay, good. So make I come to this my database, right? Not bad. And make I refresh here. Hula. So we dey see that user. Makes sense, right? Good. So I go remove this. So it tell me say this na indicator say everything they work fine, right? Of course there's no user anyway, sure. So now make I save. So everything they fine, right? So wetin we go do now to test them proper, right? So make I come to create user. So more hit on create user, and might use my GitHub to create an account. Okay, boom, right? So the GitHub account done they created. Good. So moment of truth, we'll see whether they created here. So we save. Hula. Makes sense, right? Makes sense. So by doing this, we don't sync our Clerk account with MongoDB. Make acute sense. Okay, the next thing we'll go quickly do now, this one I just rough, we'll go there fast with that, because I want in the next 20 minutes we should be done with this, right? So we'll come here, create like a card for us to update, for us to create a post, right? Then our own post we go to see them here, then every other post other people post, right, we go see them here. So what thing I go do now, say I go just close everything, right? So mark close everything. So make we come down to our screen. Inside our screen, we'll start from home here. So this home here, so I go just create a div, then do class name. So inside this class name, I go say my maybe 5. I'll save that. Then here now, I'll do a card. So the card will contain okay, so I start the card from here. So card, right? So class name, width to be like maybe 300, height to be like maybe 350 px. Okay, so border rounded MD, and make I save most as it look like. Okay, so this na home. Okay, so I just copy here, then come home here. So now here they look. Okay, so now there they, which is home. Okay. So let me this, not bad. Okay, so inside here I will just do something like image, then here I will do a div, then inside here I will do p tag, we will contain title, and another we will contain content to save that. So inside there I'll call class name. So this one will take width full, height to be like maybe 320 px, right? And okay, might just leave it like that. So here I go say overflow hidden to save that. So make I do 300 here. So for here, make I start from here. So class name p2. So class name font semi bold, and I say uppercase, text to be 12px, maybe 270. So text 12px. Okay, then empty maybe 2. Okay, so we get something like this. Maybe I can even make the width a little bit smaller, so maybe 250. So maybe somewhere here. Somewhere here. Yeah, not bad. So we get these, right? It's okay. So quickly, so make our call async. So quickly I will say rest day equals to await fetch. So make our first of all come here, say url day equals to process.env dot I think app url, but might just this show. Yeah, so app url. So app url, so might make sure say innocent as string in be. Okay, so I go say url slash api slash post method get. So the catch what I want to use here now, no catch. Then I go call my next, and I'm using tags. So make I say post or posted. Okay, so inside there I go say data day equals to await res.json. So res.json. So this card here now, I will just cut them off to say data. I think this still makes sense. So make I just any key. No. I know if you use them. So the reason I say I cut, and I'd already do my styling already. Okay, so I remove. Okay, no. So if I save, I don't see anything. Why? Because you know they exist at the moment, or we'll never make any post. So make I say dot title post dot title. So So this thing will be data. Okay, so data dot map, right? So and this thing supposed to be here. Okay, this is fine. So I feel just copy everything here, come to home, do the same thing here, but home will change, right? Because we need this person own ID, so more or less like this person's information. So to get that, I will say const maybe user day equals to await current user. Now this current user go dey come from next, right? From this our clerk, right? So this one are for server component, right? Then now we can say no, I'll say const user id go dey equals to user dot I think we get this public metadata, right? Dot user. Just to be sure, make I come here do console log user id, right? So that we will see the value we go dey here. So but I feel say it go be dot user id, so I don't know, but I feel say it go be user id, I suppose. But we'll let this thing load, compiling. So by the time compile finish, we go see the data there. Okay, amazing, because I don't see anything. Okay, okay, so what we go do now, say remove here, save here. So this partner the home/home. Oh, I know the home. So make sure say you did the personal, right? So this side now no dey, right? So I just do save this. But the part we won't get to now, anyways, so make I just this side here, so now this part we won't get to, right? So this yam, right? So now if you say dot user id, so if I save, right, I will just see this id. So now it's in we want, right? So if we dey get that, if you can remove here, just do this, then say user id, right? Will be this. So if you remove this now, I suppose everything should be fine, right? Everything should be fine. So but here go be post, right? Yeah, I think so. Here go be post, because we'll get data. The data will be objects. No, I feel so we'll get another data here. I believe so, right? But when we check once we start to get data, we will know. So now for this part be that, right? The next we'll need to do is to work on this crate. So for crates now here, so I go just do this. So inside there call form, then make I call div, then make I call label. So label here I go say title. So inside there make I put input. So the input I'll give them a placeholder to be title. Then type, let the type be text. Name, let the name be title as well. Again, anything I need to do. So for here, class name flex call, then mb madu 3. Okay, yeah, so I did create. Okay, so here make I say class name font semi, right, text to be bold, make I do bold, then mb maybe 2, then of course text I will just say 12px. And so for this one now, I'll say class name rounded to be md, h to be, let's say, 45px. Save that. Okay, so this guy here, I'll do class name, make w be like maybe 300px. Save that. Okay, so rather than make it long reach, I made it somewhere there. Then I go say px to be 2. Save that. So make better sense like this. Okay, so make I say empty to be maybe 10, so that it stay away from that. Okay, now we don't do this. The next one I will just do now to just copy here, just duplicate them. So I go change the title to be content. Then this side here, so I go say make it be hidden, right? Then the type go be file, and must say accept, make it be image. Okay, now id, the id go be image. Now so here I go say empty photo camera. Okay, so I want to make that one be photo camera, then size make am like 35, right? So save that. So yeah, I fit do cursor to be pointer, so make sense like that, right? So inside these are HTML, we need HTML4, so make it be image. Okay, good. Now lastly, I will just do button. So make I say add post. So class name, so I must say my must say 10. Okay, so bg black, text white, w to be full, h to be like maybe 55px. Then now flex etc juc. Okay, so once we save that, then make our do rounded md. Okay, good. So once we save that, this should be fine. Then lastly, still on this button, I'll say type go dey equals to submit. Wow. Right, then inside this my form, I'll call action and make the action the main action. So make we go define that main action. So I'll say const main action go dey equals to async. So the first thing first now, say make I just call my use server so that I no forget. Then now inside there I fit do make I say form data go dey map to form data. So form data go dey map to form data. So make we say title dey equals to form data dot get title. So I'm gonna be content that will get image. So this one na string, this one self na string, but this one go be file. Let's save that. So I need to quickly just convert this file. This thing are things we done to before, right? So I will say const file go dey equals to await image dot array buffer. Then now if you can say okay, the buffer now go dey equals to new u int 8, then pass the buffer inside. Save that. So the next thing I go do now to say mass is secure URL. So that now go be equals to await new promise. So this promise go take in majorly 2 arguments. So I go take in resolve and reject. So if everything works well, so we'll say cloudinary. Remember say we don't create cloudinary inside here, so now it will try import here. So dot uploader dot upload stream. So we'll say dot end, then pass the buffer inside this our buffer. So here should be file. So we pass this our buffer inside, pass this file there. Okay, so inside there we'll pass a callback. So inside this callback we'll get error and maybe our data. So we'll say if error, then make a return reject error, right? S, make a return resolve the data. So we save, right? So this resolve, now this resolve here. So makes sense, right? So we're gonna get this data, right? So inside here now, let's go to now to say await fetch, right? $URL. So if you come here now, say API / user ID. Oops, I call that. Okay, so I never get that user ID. So make I come this home, just copy this. In fact, make I just copy this. So yeah, paste here. So okay, so make we import this guy first, and so this side you'll no need that. Okay, so this URL now I'm be to pass here, then this ID I'm going to the get here. So it makes sense like that, right? So now once we pass that, I will do comma, then method Okay, so so this our image will be, I think we name them post image, right? Exactly, so now it will want be this. Good. I sure say everything dey well, but we no go know until we test them, right? So this go be content. We no know until we test them. So make I come here say I believe everything is fine. So I'll come here, I'll say test post. So test content. So if we hit here, so here suppose load, but make I see yeah, so HTML4 and this ID, so the ID file. Okay, okay, yeah, so that's piece 9 just block everything. So make I pick that, then hit here. Ooh. Okay, so so we see an issue here, so make we investigate that, right? Okay, so yeah, right, image.array buffer, so this is okay, but the problem is, okay, so make I just make I comment here, then make we console log, right? Make we console log here. Oh, okay, so make I switch how they get here, right? So make I say console log image, so save that, right? So that one go help us investigate within the happen for here, right? Okay, good. So make I just click on anything, so hit here. Okay, null, amazing. So that's the problem, so you need to capture anything. Yeah, so make we see why. So okay, this is the problem, so this should be name, right? See mistake was here, so this one will be content, save that. So now the problem will they get be that, right? And so I hit here back, if I hit there back, make I pick an image. So if I hit here, still they show null. So wow. Okay, so image, so save that, so name, so this one are content, this one are title. Okay, good. So if I hit here, okay, wow, still get null. What's happening? Okay, so image get image, so make I say title and content, we'll save that. So I'm gonna say title here, content here, image, and this hit here. Okay, so just image now they give us small issue. So make I go down. So oh, what is wrong? Okay, so my hit them again, no see. Okay, fine, now we're getting content now, so that's good. So I fit on comments here to save that because I don't need this anymore. Okay, so moment of truth, right, to test. Okay, so good. So now my hits here, invalid character. Anyways, so may see my database. So this one to view all users, right? So this one will view all users. So we apparently get a user at the moment, right? So I'm gonna copy this ID, then come here. So you know they created anyways. So that our post no they created, right? So you should say they still they blank, right? So make we look and know why in no post. So ma see whether they get anything from here. In the next 20 minutes we should be done. Okay, so make it build finish. Then what I will just quickly do now, maybe make I uncomment this. So more they sure so they get this secure URL. So okay, hit there. Okay. So this title gets, so that title gets, they give us an issue. Why? So make I come here, just do comma title comma content. So because looking at this, I need to see any issue. So make I just come here, do title content. Okay, so hit there. Yeah. So I think because I'm not passing anything, that's why they shout at me. So now I'm getting this right. So now I'm more look here critically. So API, we're passing the ID, post content type application JSON string. This is this, right? So make I come here, just verify for my post. So post image and the user, makes sense, right? So post image, so save, and now make I hit here. Okay, makes sense, right? Good. So make I come here, refresh here. So compiling. So must see if I use post here, I hit here. So created, right? So why here no create? So URL. Okay, so make I just manually type this thing here first. HTTP localhost 3000. Save here. Okay, so that's good. Then my hit here. So at least is everything work fine here. So I come back here, come to get and hit here. So it should be 2. Awesome. So this is it, right? So the problem now say the stuff not just won't work well, right? So if I come to personal, yeah, makes sense. Now they see 2, right? And if I come here, we'll see 2 as well. So this guy they shout because we no put child, right? So make I come back to home inside here. So I can say key to be equals to post dot underscore id. So make I copy here, save, and go to home as well. Good, right? So this is how you get this done, right? So if I come, like, let me log out. I think something I will just quickly do here now. Say make I come here to class name and say flex gap 2. Then I say flex wrap, right? W4. So make I just copy this. Makes sense, right? Save this, come to home, come here. Okay, makes sense. Okay, makes sense, right? So here go readjust. Makes sense like this. So I won't put the image here, so make I just quickly do that. So I will copy this, then come to, so I will say images, right? Yeah, then remote pattern, host name, we'll put this, but I need to remove this. Then I'll call protocol. Okay, so save that, so that inside here where I get image here, so I will call am from next image. So make I first of all define width to be like maybe 1000. Define height, src go be props. Is it props I used? Post dot post image, then alternate. So make I just do post dot title. So I will just copy this, save that, come to home. So the place where we get image here, paste that. So make sure say you import this next image, right? And oops, so this should be height, so it has been. and make a come here. Okay, good. Right, so that should fix all the problem. Was there anything okay, so everything looks good, so it's just my image to appear here and we would be fine. So guys, this is it, right? So we will try achieve today in our Clerk, right? And we see how if you use the social login. So I think what I want to do, or one of the things what I want to do now, to sign in with another user, right? So why this guy they try compile and do all its magic, right? So of course I know if you get access to here. If I come here, it will take me to sign in, right? So that I'll create an account. If I don't get account, I know if you work. If you look within the app on here, you don't compile, right? So that it will sign me in, right? And if you come to create as well, the same thing go happen. If I come to create now, still the same thing go happen. So what they do now, they try compile, right? Try to compile the file. Once you not compile the file finish, everything go dey great. Then I fit stop or perhaps deploy, so that you guys will get the code. I'll send the code. So if you get difficulty in anywhere, if you look the code, right, to help yourself or retract yourself, right? So make I come to sign up, right? So compile again, so that once you don't compile, everything don't do well. Hola, we're good to go. So I will make sure say I put the code online, right? So that I put the code for the description, so that if you look the code, right, to navigate yourself, if in any way you feel lost or confused, you don't understand a part, you can just look at the code and understand the flow where they happen there, right? Good. Okay, so we get this, and so make us sign up with Google, and make I use this daily dev. So if I use daily dev, remember I say for our user now, only one user we get at the moment, right? Good. So once he authenticates the sign up, right, I feel what happened. So still compiling the crate, right? Amazing. Come on. So we're practically done, but what I'm just doing is just to make sure say we done well, like the done well. So if I do this, so why didn't I see this guy? So now I come to my user, most see the number of users, so they get, they will come here. Then another thing I need to confirm now, say this guy is still there live, right? Still there live, but make it as well build up. Then I come here, so I see 2 users here. So what happened? Okay, so yeah, something go wrong with this our guy here. So now be the problem, right? So something go wrong with this our stuff, right? So now be the reason we make that stuff no work. So now this one I want problem where you feel face, right? So but we could see, so if you watch up to this point, you don't try, right? But might just see to fit track where the error they come from. So it come from our next image, right? So make I come to here and make we see here they save, here they okay. So most times when you do something here, it is important say you rebuild, right? So that everything go dey well. Yeah, so that everything go dey well. So make I just rerun this thing. So I will log out this guy, then this account, of course I go delete them from Clerk here, which is this. Of course we go deploy this thing, right? So now as deploy URL we go use for that place, right? So that we'll not get any issue like this issue we'll just get now, right? We'll not get any issue of such, right? Okay, so this guy, they try compile, try to start, and that is it, right? So everything is good, everything is fine, our code runs well, right? We create a user, and anytime we create a user, we'll see the user for we'll see am for both Clerk here as well as inside our MongoDB, which is super amazing, right? And I trust you've gotten value from these learnings, right? The thing we did, and I say you need practice more, because everything we did and no day easy. But the moment you did do am regularly, you did do am often, right? Everything go start to dey make sense, right? But if you know the do am regularly, believe me, no go make sense, right? So the more you dey do am, the better you go eventually become, right? Okay, so this thing dey compile, and I trust say e go compile sooner, but before then, right, I feel say we fit end there, because I mean we don do everything, right? And I believe say it makes sense for everybody. Okay, so give more try, put your hand on code more, no sleep, no rest. Rest too, but do more coding, right? Now so perfection go use coming. So till we see again, right? Peace out.